write the UFC an $18 million check in 6 months, and they'll be your best friend too.
Dana White said, this guy, when I first saw him, I knew it. Conor McGregor, one punch, a win. He is a champion. Daniel Cormier joining us, himself a lightweight, heavyweight champ. Before we let you go, Daniel, when you watch him, like in the big macro picture of this sport, there's been wrestlers. Holly Holmes, more boxer first. This point forward, if somebody was listening and said, I want to dominate this sport, is there a discipline you think will be an advantage going forward in UFC?
You know what, Colin? I have to give my disclaimer. I have an obvious bias. I'm a wrestler. I still do believe that wrestling does dictate the sport because of your ability to take people down. There are still probably 5 UFC champions out of the 8 that are wrestlers, are from a wrestling background. So I think that's the case. But when I describe Conor, I describe Conor as just a martial artist. He has the traditional fighting stance. Even if you look at the Notre Dame Fighting Irish stance, it's the wide stance, the hands out in front. It's kind of the way you thought fighting is imagined to be. Conor is a true martial artist in that sense, that he fights in a way that if you go all the way back in time, you see guys fighting. They fight as you see Conor McGregor fight.
Yeah, he does. We're all laughing as you said that, but it's actually true.
Yeah, he is literally the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. He fights like he's the Notre Dame mascot. But it is an amazing thing to see, man. We all thought as analysts, Colin, that because of that wide stance, Jose Aldo would be able to just tear his legs up with kicks. But tell you one thing, man, I am in shock and in awe at this kid.
Daniel Cormier, great talking to you again, bud.
My man, Colin. Nice to talk to you, buddy.
Yeah, he does. He looks like the Notre Dame logo, the mascot. He does. Isn't that funny? I never thought of that. That's pretty funny. We got the calls of the weekend coming up. There's some wild ones. Yeah, somebody said something yesterday to me. I get tired of what somebody said to me yesterday. I'm going to rail on it. Just kind of a random thing. But first, have you heard about the new film Point Break Reimagined? They use real athletes and do real stunts. Yes, it's a visceral 3D experience. You've never seen anything like it. The film will blow you away. Find your breaking point Christmas Day. It's the Herd.
Here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's got third. He's going for second. Earnhardt going for the lead.
The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series is on the Motor Racing Network.
Fox News Talk 1240.
Hear it live on the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Check it out live on Chattanooga's official NASCAR radio station.
Fox News Talk 1240.
Lay your burdens down at the wood. Leave all your worries at the door. Just take some time. We're transforming life.
Happy holidays
At the Wood.
from the Woodhouse Day Spa. Holiday gift cards available at Chattanooga.woodhousespas.com. I love my Flex Loan from Advance Financial. I needed cash, I needed it fast, and I didn't want to get a payday loan. My Flex Loan from Advance Financial is not a payday loan. It's a line of credit. I only pay for the cash I need, and I only pay for the time that I need it. There's no lump sum payment. My Advance Financial Flex Loan is an open line of credit, and I can get cash anytime I need it.
Visit one of our 24/7 locations and get the cash you need today. Advance Financial. Welcome.
While politicians debate climate change and taking our guns, they leave America vulnerable to disaster. You need to act now to keep your family safe and prepared. Do you have an emergency plan? Do you have long-term storage food? Do you have the skills and mindset to survive a disaster? If not, what are you waiting for? Call P5 Preparedness right now, 423-602-2175. Do you honestly think the government is going to help you? If you do, you are wrong, dead wrong. Don't get caught unprepared. Let the experts at P5 Preparedness get you ready for any emergency or disaster situation. Today, we offer a wide range of classes for the beginner on how to prepare, as well as the expert prepper. We stock a wide range of supplies, including long-term storage food, water filtration, outdoor gear, tactical gear, and plate carriers. P5 Preparedness, East Brainerd Road between I-75 and Gun Barrel Road. You will see the Army Deuce and a Half truck, 423-602-2175, 1309 Panorama Drive, Chattanooga, P5preparedness.com.
I'm the type of guy that likes a big breakfast, a couple of eggs, bacon, and some gravy and biscuits. I get that at Wimpy's. I know they have specials at lunch every day. That includes a big meat and three menu. At night, I want some good comfort food. Maybe some smoked brisket, pulled barbecue, or ribs. They've got that too. Wimpy's the type of place where you can go in and have a good conversation, catch up what's going on in Saudi Daisy, and have some great food. That's why I go to Wimpy's. You know where it's at, on Dayton Boulevard, right across from City Hall. That's Wimpy's. Give them a call, 423-332-6201. Did you hear me? It's 332-6201. Wimpy's. They're even on Facebook at Wimpy's. I know your mouth is watering just like mine, so let's go to Wimpy's.
Rick Davis Total Store Sale. Gold, silver, bracelets, rings, diamonds. Rick Davis pays you cash personally. Cash, 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 and more cash. Rick Davis has got the cash and incredible deals at 50, 60, and 70% off. Rick Davis on Brainerd Road near Eastgate Town Center.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
RADON.
Call 1-800-693-5343 or visit learnmore.kstate.edu. Sponsored by KDHE and the Kansas Radon Program at K-State. 1-800-693-5343.
Wash off the blackboard. Put away the books. Take down the posters. Put away the gym balls. Empty out our desks. Scrape our names off the lockers. Pull our drawings off the walls. Put it all in the garbage. Throw it away. Throw it all away.
AIDS has killed more children worldwide than there are in all the grade schools in New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Washington, Atlanta, and Miami combined. The time to do something is now. The place is apathyisLethal.org. AIDS is preventable. Apathy is lethal. ApathyisLethal.org.
A public service announcement brought to you by the United Nations Foundation and the Ad Council.
Are you ready?
It is time to come clean with my audience.
You want a signed copy of Colin Cowherd's new book, Raw?
I mean, really?
Get ready. Check this out. Well, Fox Sports Radio is giving them away.
You're going to give it all away.
Visit foxsportsradio.com to find out how you can enter and win.
Reading is fundamental.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Open to legal U.S. residents 18 and older. To enter and for official rules, visit foxsportsradio.com by 3 p.m. Pacific Time, December 18, 2015.
3, 2, 1.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
About time.
Broadcasting live from Los Angeles.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Back to the studios.
Colin, love the show, man.
Once again, here's Colin Cowherd.
Welcome back. Phone number 877-757-HERD. It drives me crazy with fans. Like, they try to minimize every win. Like I was saying yesterday, you know, I was talking to somebody and I said, listen, you don't want any part of Seattle. I mean, just watch the games. He's like, well, who have they beaten? And I'm like, NFL teams still in the playoff race? They went into Minnesota and humiliated Minnesota. Nobody's humiliating Minnesota like that this year. Listen, if you win an NFL game, I mean, there are really no absolutely horrible teams outside of San Francisco. Cleveland's bad, but they just hammered San Francisco with their backup quarterback. Is Jacksonville bad? They just dropped 51 yesterday. That's why I always laugh at like college fanboy. I think Alabama could beat a really bad NFL team. I don't, and you're stupid. They couldn't come within 6 touchdowns. I don't believe in violence, but if anybody ever says, I think this great college team could beat this bad NFL team, punch them in the forehead immediately. It could never happen. It could never, ever happen. All these teams in the NFL have all NFL players. As good as Alabama is, 75% of their draftees are invisible in this league. And then the other half of their guys don't become NFL players. So if you're winning games in the NFL like Carolina or Seattle, and you're winning them substantially, you're beating people going away, you are really good. Plus, just watch the games. Russell Wilson is playing at a level right now he has never played at. His last 4 games, he's got 15 touchdowns and no interceptions. So you can take that for whatever you want, but he is out of this world. He has changed. And don't tell me who did he beat. It doesn't matter. Seattle is suffocating teams. It doesn't matter if Baltimore's bad. Baltimore's been bad all year. They lose by 3 and 6 and 8. They don't lose like that. All right, here we go. Our top 5 calls of the weekend. Of course, all NFL this weekend. Number 5, Seahawks, looking like contenders again. Third quarter TD, Russell Wilson to the red-hot Doug Baldwin.
4-man rush by the Ravens. Russell has time. Fires down the middle. Got his man Baldwin. He is in. Touchdown, Seahawks. Doug Baldwin again. 22 yards out. And it doesn't look like there's a defense in the league that can stop Russell Wilson to Doug Baldwin.
4th win in a row for the Seahawks. Number 4, Cam Newton trying to run away with the MVP. Panthers 13-0. And what do you know? Ted Ginn finally hung on to a ball, his 2nd touchdown catch.
Atlanta with a single high safety. Delayed blitz coming. Newton is going long and right. Ted Ginn grabs it. Ted pulls away. Touchdown! Ted Ginn Jr. They can't run with him.
But who threw the ball again? Must have been. My goodness, Cam Newton, you're absolutely beautiful.
Number 3, Packers Cowboys played in a downpour at Lambeau. This is running back James Stark. And James has returned from the dead. He put Dallas away late in the 4th with a 30-yarder.
2nd and 25. Snap to Rodgers. Give to Starks up the middle. He's got running room. Straight ahead. He's going to go to the end zone. Touchdown. A 30-yard touchdown burst by James Starks. A dagger into the Dallas Cowboys.
You ever notice Packer fans really don't put their arms around Eddie Lacy? It's like they know going in, he's a little big for us. Number 2, the Bengals lost. Andy Dalton in the first quarter to a broken thumb. Here came A.J. McCarron. I was watching this live, and he found A.J. Green on this Bommarooski.
1st and 10, shotgun snap to McCarron. He's going to fire deep on the right sideline. A.J. Green makes the catch. He's at the 20, spins out of 2 tackles. He'll go into the end zone for a 66-yard touchdown. A.J. Green boots the football into the crowd.
And finally, Andy Reid and the Chiefs, 7 straight W's. That is not easy in the NFL. This is first quarter. Alex Smith to Albert Wilson against the Chargers.
10 Chargers are within about 7 to 10 yards of the football. Alex Smith will throw a slant. Wilson, 30-yard line, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Jam the line of scrimmage, Chargers. You'll pay. It's a touchdown. Kansas City. Albert Wilson on a 44-yard slant.
Good stuff. You know, that game, that's a classic example. Like some stats, Christine, like they don't show up. At the end of that game, anybody here see the end of Kansas City and San Diego? So it's 10-3, and, San Diego's discombobulating, and they, delay. So Phillip Rivers has 2 shots at the end zone, and this will never show up in any box score. He makes 2 great throws. I mean, in rain, it's wet. Kansas City's defense, he throws 1 ball in a slant to the end zone, and the guy apparently can't jump. An NFL receiver with no vertical, none, and it's dropped. And then he goes to Danny Woodhead in the corner. It is beautifully thrown. I mean, it's just the people are standing there on top of each other, and he puts it right there. He made 2 incredible throws, but the story is Phillip Rivers can't move the ball. I got to be honest with you. There's 3 teams in this league that drop the football a lot. New England, Carolina, and San Diego. And I don't have the stats in front of me with San Diego, but there's a lot of balls dropped in this league, and the quarterback, he takes the hit. He takes the, people are going to blame Phillip Rivers. He made 2 great throws late.
Did you see how many 4th downs on that last drive he converted? I want to say it was 3, and a couple of them were 4th and long, and he got them.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Phillip Rivers is the classic Tony Romo character in the NFL. So he has Marty Schottenheimer, sits for a couple of years, and he gets good Marty Schottenheimer. And then, so his first coach is super conservative. Remember when he first started for San Diego, he'd throw the ball 11 times. So his first coach is super conservative. Then he gets a nice guy, but not a legendary head coach, Norv Turner. Then his offensive line for about 4 years, maybe not that, maybe 2 years, was the worst in the league. What if Phillip Rivers had Belichick and that legendary offensive line coach? Phillip Rivers comes into this league with the most conservative offensive coach, Marty, then goes to a coach that ultimately fails, then has 2 years where the offensive line was the worst in the league, and now, he's a little bit shot. He's not the same. I think Phillip Rivers is a great talent, but circumstantially, not everybody's life is the same. Carson Palmer is now winning with Bruce Arians. Carson Palmer was a Raider and didn't win. Carson Palmer took a Bengals franchise that couldn't win forever and got them to the playoffs. Like Carson Palmer, to me, what if he had inherited Bruce Arians' first job? Yeah. What if Phillip Rivers went and had Tom Coughlin because he was drafted by the Giants? Or he was drafted by San Diego. What was it? He was drafted by...
Well, he was drafted by the Giants knowing that that's who the Chargers wanted.
That's right.
But imagine if the Chargers had just taken Eli like they had wanted to, and then he would have gone elsewhere.
So, a lot of times in life, let me see your circumstances. Let me see what you've overcome. I think Phillip Rivers is really talented, but if you look at his history, it's not been ideal from Marty to Norv to bad offensive lines to right now, not a brilliantly coached team. Here's Christine with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
Doctors will reportedly have the final say this week on whether or not Andrew Luck plays on Sunday against the Texans. The Colts have been targeting Week 15. Now that will likely be moved, which is important because the Colts and Texans are both 6-7. And the Colts, if they were to win, would hold the tiebreaker. If not, things look pretty bad for the Colts. Also, the Cavs could be getting Kyrie Irving back soon. They got Iman Shumpert back on Friday. David Blatt has said, or hinted at least, that it looks like Kyrie Irving will be back at least by Christmas, but probably the 20th when they play at home against the Sixers. Not a bad game to return for, but that will mean that he can play, hopefully, against the Warriors on Christmas Day.
Never been a fan of Derrick Rose. He's never available. Always been a fan of Kyrie Irving, who is increasingly never available. I think he's a...
What's the difference? I mean, I support them both.
I would say I really truly believe a healthy Kyrie Irving offensively is a different, not Curry, but not that far behind. I think offensively, Derrick Rose can't shoot. Kyrie Irving has a beautiful jump shot. I think he's a star, but increasingly, he can't stay healthy.
I think we've just seen more of a sample size with Kyrie being healthy than we have Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose can't shoot, though. That's a problem. He cannot shoot.
Because he can't get in a rhythm of staying healthy and not having to worry about seeing out of one eye or using one foot. Okay. So there are these things called Yeezys. Do you know what these are? Yeezys, they're shoes. Kanye designed these shoes. They're called Yeezys. They are, just so you can get this in your mind, what they kind of look like. They are suede gray high tops with a Velcro flap over the laces.
Okay.
They're about $350 retail, but only a few of them were made. And so they're selling on the internet for thousands and thousands of dollars. Mm-hmm. So Nick Young just signed a new deal with Adidas. And to commemorate that, he wore the Yeezys in his game against the Houston Rockets this weekend. You can take a look at those. They do not look like basketball shoes at all, right? They actually look kind of dangerous. He apparently thought so too. He said he was worried about it. However, something miraculous happened over the weekend, Colin.
What?
And Nick Young says it's because of the Yeezys.
What?
Nick Young got his first ever assist to Kobe Bryant.
Remarkable.
In that game. And he says it's because of the Yeezys.
A great moment in American sports history. Nick Young had his first assist. Isn't that funny? To Kobe Bryant. It's the first.
It's crazy.
That tells you all you need to know about both those. I've said this. Did Tim Duncan call himself Swaggy T?
Oh, come on.
If you give yourself the name Swaggy P, that's all I need to know.
He didn't give it to himself. His teammates were calling him Swaggy P because of his I think his off-the-court success, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And finally, this is a story I know you love because we talked about this earlier today. John Wall, after he and his team beat the Mavericks on Saturday night, they went to a Dallas strip club called V Live. Apparently, it's a very big deal. Drake and T.I. both go to the strip club. He spent $47,000.
John Wall.
At the strip club. There's video of it. I think it's fantastic. He's making it rain. You know how they do that with
all the great leaders.
Like, what kind of denomination of money is he using? But not surprisingly, sources from TMZ Sports say the dancers loved Wall and said that he's one of their all-time favorites at the club.
Well, of course, he's paying for their medical school. Christine with the news.
Could be.
Great. Another steaming load of good news.
The Herd Lie News.
Dollar Shave Club makes getting an amazing shave simple. Use it now. DollarShaveClub.com plus Dr. Carver's Shave Butter. Get yours today. DollarShaveClub.com. It's the holidays. What a great second gift. Connor in Michigan, you're in the Herd, and you go ahead regarding the Carolina Panthers celebration, it says here. Go ahead.
Hey, Colin, I agree with you that Carolina's an elite team, but I'm not a big fan of their celebrations, and I know you're not a big fan of celebrations either. So I'm just wondering what you thought. I know yesterday, with about 2 minutes left in the game, they were kind of taunting Atlanta on the sidelines. So I was wondering what your thoughts are on that.
Well, I don't like him. I thought, John Wall's 35-second Dougie, Johnny Manziel's look at me, dollar signs. I'm not into him. I don't like Cam's long celebration. I've always said the same thing. 1 or 2 seconds. Jose Batista flips a bat. That doesn't bother me. You get into a great moment in sports and you flip a bat or you do a somersault or you got a 2-second thing, the double check Aaron Rodgers. That doesn't bother me. You're a human being. I'm not a fan of premeditated stuff. I'm not a fan of stuff that has nothing to do with actually a play. I don't like them. I think they're selfish. And look at me. I've never been a fan of them, ever. But that's just me. Not everybody likes them. Not everybody doesn't like them. If a league's not going to penalize somebody for them, I'm not going to waste a lot of time talking about it. But no, I don't like celebrations. It's one of the reasons I've never been a fan of Johnny Manziel. I'm just not into it. Not into it at all. I think it says things about you. And I'll say this. Cam is a star. Cam can be a little selfish. He was moody and juvenile when he broke into the league. I think he's matured. I'm blowing everything up. We're starting over. I'm doing a new show. I want guys who push it to the middle of the table and go over the top. Take a risk, fail miserably. I'm right, and I'm not wrong, and I'll never back down. Conflict works. Allow it.
It's The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Right here and everywhere. Noon Eastern.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds. We'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Don't be a victim. Arm yourself today at Carter Shooting Supply and Indoor Range, offering the finest selection of personal firearms and ammo, especially the hard-to-find ammunition. You know the police can't protect you. They show up after the crime is committed. The ability to protect yourself, your family, and when called upon your nation is enshrined in the United States Constitution. Shop the largest selection of shooting supplies on their online store. CarterShootingSupply.com. Carter Shooting Supply and Indoor Range. The largest and cheapest selection in Chattanooga. 6210 Highway 58, Harrison. Call 344-1099. That's 344-1099. Keep your family safe this Christmas by buying them a certificate for Carter Shooting Supply Tennessee Handgun Permit Class. And stop by today to consult one of their qualified experts. They'll fit you perfectly to the firearm that meets your needs. Call 344-1099. You'll always find the widest selection of new and used firearms at Carter Shooting Supply and Indoor Range. 6210 Highway 58, Harrison. Call 344-1099. Celebrate the holidays with cheer and basement bargain prices at One Stop Package and the Sunrise Market Center's Sunny Daisy. The brand new One Stop Package beverage store on Old Dayton Pike, just north of the Thrasher Light, with the best prices in town. Enjoy the lowest prices on beer, wine, liquor, and soft drinks. Hey, mention you heard this ad on Hot News Talk Radio and get 5% off your purchase. That's right. Mention you heard this on the radio and you'll get 5% off. The brand new One Stop Package beverage store in Sunny Daisy. Their prices are always the lowest prices in town. The lowest prices you'll find in the finest of adult beverages. The brand new one-stop package in South Sunny Daisy at the Sunrise Market, featuring great prices on gas, bread, and milk. The Sunrise Market just across from Charlie's and Sunny Daisy. And remember, always drink responsibly.
Get 10% off every case of wine.
Do I sound like a guy who loves to eat? Yeah. You too? Guess what? I cook the meanest hamburger in Hickson at my little restaurant, Armando's at Chester Cross Park. That's it. Right by the entrance, Chester Cross Park on Hickson Pike. I'd like you to come by and let me cook you dinner too. Bring your family, kids, friends. Lunch for common folk, just not the common lunch. Yeah, we're perfect for lunch. And dinner too. Meat guy? Yeah. Potatoes? Yeah. Catfish, BLTs, pecan pie, hot cup of coffee, or ice cold sweet tea. Armando's. That's us. Go on by 11 to 9, Monday through Saturday, right outside the entrance, Chester Cross Park, across from Thrasher.
Cell Surgeon, an affordable quick fix for your smartphone and tablet in the Northgate Mall next to Old Chicago Pizza.
We do the best quality work. We have the best customer service, the most competitive prices around.
Cell Surgeon, a painless operation to fix your sick device.
Well, if you have a cheap charger or something that's not really designed for your phone, it can mess with your battery. It can actually fry your phone. So you need to make sure you have a quality product that's going to be designed for your phone.
Cell Surgeon, your smartphone doctor is in the house at the Northgate Mall next to Old Chicago Pizza.
If you charge it in the morning and, by noon, it's at, 50% under normal use. That means your battery's pretty much dead. And once you've reached that point, it starts to deteriorate.
Cell Surgeon, call 423-668-0100 or go to cellphonerepairchattanooga.com.
We do free estimates. If your phone's not working properly, bring it in. We're happy to take a look at it and diagnose it and see what we think is wrong with it at no charge. Most phone repairs can be done in 30 minutes or less.
Cell Surgeon, an affordable quick fix for your smartphone and tablet in the Northgate Mall next to Old Chicago Pizza.
Don't take it in the bathroom. Don't ever put it in your back pocket. And don't charge your phone while you're sleeping.
Cell Surgeon, an affordable quick fix for your smartphone and tablet in the Northgate Mall next to Old Chicago Pizza. Call 423-668-0100 or go to cellphonerepairchattanooga.com. That's cellphonerepairchattanooga.com. Cell Surgeon, your smart device doctor is in the house.
Are you tired of working in corporate America, or have you recently lost your job and would like to consider owning your own business? If you are, please call me, as I can help you look at franchises or business opportunities that fit you, the economy that we're in, and the type of businesses that are right in the greater Chattanooga area. After I help my clients find the right opportunity, I also help them find the best way to finance the business, including paying yourself through the startup phase. If you would like to learn more about opportunities that may be right for you, please call me for a free assessment. My name is Bruce Krebs at the Entrepreneur Source. Phone number is 423-875-5621.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Beauty pageant, which everybody then makes their opinion on March Madness. And the NBA GM and scouts have told me, look how many guys who have been unbelievable in March Madness. Shabazz Napier, Kemba Walker, the kid for Kraft for Ohio State. They can't play. They're not big NBA guys. Klay Thompson didn't do anything. I mean, a lot of these guys, Porzingis, how was he? D'Angelo Russell was terrible against Arizona in the tournament. That ultimately it is a TV event. It's made for TV, and the bad GMs and the bad scouts concentrate on March Madness. The good people do not. Ron in Palm Beach, you're in the herd. Go ahead. Are you there, Ron? Oh, is that my bad? Hold on. Ron in Palm Beach, that was my bad. Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, I'm here. I would agree with you, except for you got Dwayne Wade, who wouldn't have been noticed without March Madness. You got Steph Curry, who had a great March Madness. You have several other players here and there that had great March Madness. Chris Paul had a great March Madness. You have top NBA build stars who had great March Madness. Even Kevin Durant had a good March Madness. He had a 1 year. You're talking about raw talent, but Dwayne Wade wouldn't have got noticed without March Madness. He had
Dwayne Wade was. You think Pat Riley and those guys didn't know who Dwayne Wade was?
He didn't even get noticed at the March Madness, though, Colin.
He was a star at Marquette. The other thing is, in 25 years, almost 3 decades, 5 guys who have been the star in March Madness. 5. And only 2 are what I would consider stars have ever been NBA All-Stars. Carmelo, who I don't love, and Anthony Davis, who I do. So I can make an argument that in 25 years, only one guy that I really consider an elite both ends of the floor star, Anthony Davis, has been the most outstanding player. People knew who Dwayne Wade was before the March Madness. Come on. That's what dopey fans watch and owners who don't pay attention to European basketball and regular season college basketball. They're not sitting around waiting for that stuff. That's not to say that Steph Curry can't have a good March Madness, but his dad played in the NBA. He played at Davidson. Davidson's always been a good college basketball program. It has. It's always been one of those mid-majors that has real players. So, it's a sucker bet. March Madness is for suckers. Fans watching, oh, that guy. You know who was dominant in March Madness? Almost every Duke player I've ever watched. Every UConn player I've ever watched.
March Madness is so good for college basketball, though, because there's so many people that you have to choose either the NBA or college basketball. And the one time that they'll tune in is March Madness. And if you get a fan or two to stick with the team because of that,
that's great.
That's huge.
You know how many? Tyler Hansbrough was unstoppable in March Madness. You can't, the smart GMs in this league, R.C. Buford isn't sitting around saying, I'm making my decision tonight based on UConn playing Duke.
I know for a fact that Danny Ainge literally sits in a room with his staff and they've got multiple TVs on and they sit there and watch March Madness from morning until night.
Well, first of all,
definitely not everything, but there is something to be said about how someone performs in March Madness.
First of all, what Danny Ainge does is what America does. Everybody watches it. Who doesn't watch March Madness?
But your argument was just that the GMs, the smart GMs
people,
don't do that.
Listen, society's haves and have-nots. The haves are making decisions based on, he had 38 last night against Michigan State and Dayton, Ohio Regional.
So you're saying to me a guy performs really well all during the regular season, but in March Madness, big stage, crumbles. That means nothing?
I have had a general manager tell me, he said the hacky GMs will take, the hacky ones, they will take a popular college player in March Madness over the European, because the owner doesn't watch college basketball. And the only time the owner ever watches with his rich friends is March Madness. And so it's a very safe pick to take Nick Collison, because the owner's like, yeah, I watched him last night. That guy's great. If you take the European and he fails, the owner's like, how come you didn't take that guy? That it's a safe, hacky move by general managers. I've said this. I think Mitch Kupchak knows what he's doing with the Lakers. I don't trust the rest of the brain trust. Do you remember Larry Nance or Jordan Clarkson? Mm-hmm. Do you remember? Look at the Lakers right now. Kobe didn't play in it. D'Angelo Russell was terrible. You didn't see Nance in it. Julius Randle got hurt. Remember it for Kentucky when the big game when he got hurt? None of those guys, all those young players you like, none of those guys were great in March Madness.
So your point is that the Lakers are good?
My point is Mitch Kupchak has a history of drafting well.
I don't know.
And find me all Mitch Kupchak's guys that were great in the tournament. Oh, not many.
So you think that Mitch Kupchak doesn't watch the tournament?
No, I think Mitch Kupchak is smart, and this is not difficult. The smart people in basketball see March Madness as a sucker bet to the hack GMs.
You know what I think matters more? The individual workouts. I think that's when they really make their
question.
decision.
Chicago. The things that matter are the combine in Chicago, the individual workouts, your regular season when nobody's watching. That's when R.C. Buford is. He wants to see on a Tuesday with a midterm Wednesday against a conference team that's already played you 6 times, against a coach that knows your weaknesses and your strengths. That's what matters, not some elevated March tournament.
See how a guy responds, buzzer beater, and they're down by 1, and can he handle the pressure in the big stage and the huge stadium? Like, there's something to that.
Yeah.
You don't get that same kind of moment in the regular season.
It's like saying, well, he had a great Rose Bowl, let's draft him. You do realize
everything matters, but the March Madness has some importance as well.
All right. 877-757-HERD. We got some calls here. It's the Herd. Hi, it's the Herd. Have you heard about this new film, Point Break? It's amazing. They use real athletes to do real stunts, creating a visceral 3D experience unlike anything you've ever seen before. If you've not seen this movie, got to check it out. It is a high adrenaline, action-packed thriller. The film, blow you away. It's like the original movie on steroids, Point Break. But instead of the surfing world, the guys in this remake are all extreme sports athletes. Point Break, only in theaters, starting Christmas Day, rated PG-13.
America was built by people with a few dollars and a dream. And while many don't know it, there's one path to success that still only requires a dream and about $10. That's right. If your dream is to start or grow your business, something as simple as the right business card could make all the difference. And today at Vistaprint.com, you can get 500 full-color business cards for only $9.99. That's right, only $9.99. Just go to Vistaprint.com and enter promo code 6000 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 6000.
I just signed up for credit card alerts from Wells Fargo.
With credit card alerts, you're notified when we think there's suspicious activity on your account. And you can respond by text to let us know if it was you or not.
It's like having super high-def security cameras at your house, and you can see everything going on. Like someone's suspicious at your door and he's holding something.
We let you know when and where your card was used and for how much. We also alert you to purchases exceeding an amount you set. If we notice what we think is suspicious activity, you'll receive an alert detailing the transaction and be able to respond with just a text.
But then you realize it's just the postman, which makes sense because he's in uniform, and that suspicious thing is the socks you ordered. But either way, you're glad you have the cameras, because what if it wasn't the postman? Or worse, you didn't get your socks. You'd be sockless.
Wells Fargo wants you to know where you stand with your credit card account, because knowing where you stand feels good. Wells Fargo. Together we'll go far. Availability may be affected by your mobile carrier's coverage area, and their fees may apply. Wells Fargo Bank and name member FDIC.
You put your keys between your knuckles. You walk in well-lit areas. Stay clear of parked vans. Someone approaches you and you cross to the other side of the street. Your cell phone is ready. The numbers for help saved on speed dial. You lock the door behind you. Once, twice, maybe 3 times. Now you feel safe, secure. You think you've made the right choices to protect yourself. Think again. Because if you're not making healthy choices, you could be one of the nearly 2 out of 3 women killed by cancer, diabetes, heart disease, or stroke. So eat right, get active, don't smoke, see your doctor, and live. Learn to protect yourself from yourself at 1-866-399-6789 or visit us at everydaychoices.org. A message from the American Cancer Society, American Diabetes Association, American Heart Association, and the Ad Council.
Close your eyes in Chicago, and you can hear the sound of zebra braying in Africa. Look hard out your window in D.C., and you can see the snow-covered peaks of the Andes. Stand on a corner in L.A. and feel the hot wind of the Sahara brush across your face. The world is that small. We are that connected. Please visit earthshare.org and learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together, making it so simple for you to make a difference. Because we are many, and we are one. Please visit us at earthshare.org to learn more. Earthshare. One environment. One simple way to care for it all. A public service message from Earthshare and the Ad Council.
It can happen suddenly and without warning. It strikes individuals and families with equal cruelty. There is no way of stopping it.
Oh my God. John?
Your energy bill is coming.
Wake up. Oh, can you hear me?
Please.
It's me, John.
Be prepared when energy prices go up.
Talk to me. Come on, baby.
Visit the Alliance to Save Energy website to order your free Power Smart booklet.
John?
It contains simple, painless ideas to lower your energy bill.
Call 911!
Like installing energy-efficient Energy Star appliances that can save you hundreds of dollars a year.
Where?
Oh, thank God you're all right. What happened?
I came in, opened this bill.
This one here?
Yeah. Honey, wake up. Wake up. Wake up, honey.
This kind of shock can be avoided. Visit ASE.org for your free Power Smart booklet.
iHeartRadio.
Colin Cowherd here, host of The Herd on iHeartRadio. Good news, you can find me now, anytime, 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app or at iHeartRadio.com for free. All you need to do is search the keyword HERD, H-E-R-D. You can listen to the show live at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, or you can listen to the show at your convenience, 24/7. It's all for free.
I listen to it over iHeartRadio.
Or listen at iHeartRadio.com today.
iHeartRadio, I'm listening to you every day. Love it.
And search the keyword HERD.
Broadcasting live from Los Angeles. And we're back to the Herd.
We'd just like to say thank you. The response has been overwhelming. It's been amazing, and people don't say that enough in our business.
Back to the Herd.
I can't
Colin
believe I'm
Cowherd
talking
from
college
Los
basketball the last 15 minutes of my show, but
You're talking about how it's bad or how
okay, here's all. And my point is, I've had general managers, more than one, a half dozen guys have always said March Madness is fool's gold for the hacky GMs in this league. Here are the players of the tournament. It's literally like the Heisman. Anderson Hunt, Bobby Hurley, Donald Williams, Ed O'Bannon, Tony Delk, Miles Simon, Jeff Shepard, Mateen Cleaves, Juan Dixon, Sean May, Mario Chalmers, Kyle Singler, Kemba Walker, Luke Hancock, Shabazz Napier. It's a who's who of guys that can't play in the NBA. And for the record, Andrew Wiggins, terrible in the tournament. Remember, he was too passive. He's the best young player in the NBA. Karl Anthony Towns had a 1-point game. The tournament, the best players in college basketball are virtually all freshmen. Ben Simmons won't make the tournament. It'll have no negative effect on him at all. He'll be the number one pick by every team. In fact, the Lakers have a chance to get him, which is pretty interesting. But the point being is, in the NBA, the people I respect, like Mitch Kupchak, has a history of getting guys in the late first or early second that can actually play. People forget this. Mitch Kupchak got Patrick Beverley with a 42nd pick. That's impressive. To get Patrick Beverley, he got Jordan Clarkson with a 46th pick. Those guys can play. He got Larry Nance Jr., a guy that can play. 27th pick, Jordan Farmar, 26th. Turioff played for a few years, 37th. Sasha Vujicic, or however you pronounce that, like late first, like 27th. Yeah. So, I mean, I respect guys who can find guys that you didn't know who they were. You didn't see them in the tournament. Those are the good GMs in the NBA. They got a bunch of guys that I'm blowing everything up. We're starting over. I'm doing a new show. I want guys who push it to the middle of the table and go over the top. Take a risk, fail miserably. I'm right, and I'm not wrong, and I'll never back down. Conflict works. Allow it.
It's the Herd with Colin Cowherd. Right here and everywhere. Noon Eastern.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
You have an event coming up for the holidays, or maybe it is your daughter's wedding, or maybe just a church or office party, then you need to select Choo Choo Barbecue. That's correct. Choo Choo Barbecue. Whether you like pork, chicken, or beef. Oh, yes. Choo Choo Barbecue with their savory rub flavor. Oh, my goodness. It's making me hungry right now. You add in their delicious smoked aroma, and you have set the table for a perfect meal with Choo Choo Barbecue. That's right. Choo Choo Barbecue. Why don't you give them a call right now? 423-843-9554. That's 843-9554. Call 423-843-9554. Choo Choo Barbecue. You know where it's located, off of Hickson Pike, right there at the Valley Brook area. Don't kid yourself. Your stomach is already on the way.
Lay your burdens down at the Woodhouse. Leave all your worries at the door. Just take some time. We're transforming lives.
Happy holidays at the Wood. From the Woodhouse Day Spa. Holiday gift cards available at chattanooga.woodhousespas.com.
You want more business. You want to increase your bottom line. You want to spend less on advertising, imaging your business, and general expenses. You need Trade Bank. Trade Bank of Chattanooga. Trade Bank. Call now to get access to nearly 400 local businesses. Trade Bank. Call 877-2202. 877-2202. Trade Bank. You want to increase your cash flow, your competitive edge, attract new customers, and build a loyal customer base. You need Trade Bank of Chattanooga. Call right now. 877-2202. When you join Trade Bank, you'll get the benefit of free advertising in our monthly magazine, tradebank.com, emails, and mailouts. Join Trade Bank now and receive your Trade Bank debit card with trade credits to spend any way you want with our wide variety of Trade Bank partners. For almost 30 years, Trade Bank has been your voice for small business, a member of the American Bankers Association, and in good standing with you. Trade Bank of Chattanooga. Call now for a free consultation, 877-2202. That's 877-2202. Trade Bank of Chattanooga.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
WSDT Sunny Daisy.
Getting stuck.
Chattanooga.
CBS News. I'm Harley Carnes. President Obama went to the Pentagon for a briefing on the fight against ISIS and told reporters afterward it goes well.
As we squeeze its heart, we'll make it harder for ISIL to pump its terror and propaganda to the rest of the world.
He said the U.S. will continue to degrade and ultimately dismantle ISIS, and he's sending his top military people to meet with allies in the fight.
I'm Cammie McCormick. In Turkey, Defense Secretary Ash Carter will meet with U.S. pilots who have been flying missions over Syria. There has been what one senior defense official calls a dramatic increase in activity at Incirlik Air Base with additional American and coalition aircraft. This official says that will continue to grow as the administration focuses on increasing the operational tempo, which is already at its highest rate since the start of the campaign in August of 2014.
There will be a court-martial of Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl for desertion and misbehavior before the enemy. The decision by the military judge in the case today. Bergdahl's lawyer is Eugene Fidel.
Lieutenant Colonel Rosenblatt, Captain Foster, and I, who are the lawyers for Sergeant Bergdahl, had hoped that the case would not go in this direction. We'll continue to defend him as the case proceeds.
Bergdahl was freed from Taliban captivity in Afghanistan in a controversial swap for 5 terrorist detainees. In Tripoli, Libyan security officials say a prison has been partly destroyed. At least 250 inmates have escaped. Closing arguments are done in the trial of Baltimore police officer William Porter over the in-custody death of Freddie Gray. CBS's Barry Bagnato at the courthouse.
Trying to bolster his client's credibility, defense lawyer Joseph Murtha told jurors, "You have no reason not to believe him." Prosecutor Michael Schatzow, with the final word, tried giving them plenty of reasons, pointing out inconsistencies in descriptions Porter provided to investigators and on the witness stand, including important conflicts over whether Gray actually told him he couldn't breathe inside that police van.
The jury has begun its deliberations. Major League Baseball makes a decision about Pete Rose again.
In a written statement, Commissioner Rob Manfred says his office reviewed the original investigation and new evidence, specifically a copy of a notebook that detailed bets placed by Rose on the Cincinnati Reds while he was an active player and manager in 1986. Manfred says